All right, here's a couple of really fast Warframe tips. So let's go ahead and get right into it. First thing we're starting out with is Nighttane. Now, Nightane's not too hard to get. All you gotta do is open up your menu. If you go down here to the bottom right, you got Nowhere's Nightwave right here. Complete some of these missions here so you can earn some credits and then go to credit offerings. And then once you come down here, you can see that you can get a stack of 5 Nighttane for 15 credits. So you can get 5 right off the bat right there for completing any of these missions here. So if I scroll back to the beginning here, I think the very first one will give you 150 credits. So if you haven't done any of these yet and you're brand new, this is a good place to start to be able to get Nighttane. Now, another resource that's hard to come by when you're first starting out in Warframe is Endo. Now, the easiest way we can actually stack up a little bit of it is when you're running your missions, you're going to be picking up mods. And some of those mods, or most of those mods, are probably going to be duplicates. Now, what you can do is I'm right here by my mod section, so let's go ahead and open it up. It's going to show us all of our mods. Now, over here on the right, we've got a little sort by. So we're going to click this and sort by duplicates. Right there, it's going to list all the duplicates up front. So this revenge mod here, I've got 103 of those, so we're going to select it. We're going to do all of them but one, and you can do this with multiple stacks. So redirection here, we can go ahead and select 64, go down 63, and then we're over here on ammo drum. We got 58 of these we can get rid of, or 57 because I'm going to keep one just in case I need to for some reason have an ammo drum, I guess. And then quick draw, we'll do it here. And confirm. So we got a bunch of these mods selected here. So you can dissolve these into extra endo. So dissolve 272 selected mods into 1,300 endo. Like that. Yes. Boom. We got a little over 1,000 endo. So you can sell it for credits, but I do not recommend that. I do recommend converting it to endo. Now, another good place you can pick up a couple good chunks of endo is if you go to your navigation. Let's go here, and then you already probably have Earth unlocked. So let's go to Cetus, and we're going to go talk to Konzu and see what kind of bounties he's got going on. So once we land, let's go ahead and fast travel. Let's go speak to that old man over there. Let's go to bounties down here. And then, let's see, right there. 4th bounty right here has a chance to drop 300 endo. Let's go to the 4th one, or 5th one, I guess. It's got 400 endo there. So this is a good place to check out if you're looking to gain some extra endo during an early game. Now remember, it is a chance for those to drop, so you might not get it every single time. Now the next resources I want to cover are actually specific to a Warframe. So, well, you can use them for other things, but what we're going to be using them for is to craft Rhino. So when you first start out, I'm going to search Rhino here. We got his parts up here. So when you first start out, the first Warframe that is recommended usually is Rhino because he's a nice beefy frame. He's got Roar, which gives you and your allies a damage buff. He's an all-around decent frame to farm for when you first start out in Warframe. But what a lot of people have problem is trying to figure out where these resources are coming from. So the biggest ones they have problems with are gallium, morphics, and probably plastids here. Now the rest of those resources are pretty easily found, but let's go ahead and cover morphics and gallium, which you can find right here on Mars. Once you get access to Mars, you can run any of these missions and you can have a chance of finding gallium or morphics. Now for gallium, I usually recommend running a mission called War, which is an assassination mission. So once you run this, Lieutenant Lek Krill actually has a chance to drop a couple gallium from defeating him. All right, so we're going to go ahead and run this mission, and let's see how much of these resources we can actually pick up with one go. So when you're running through these missions, you can find little deposits like this. Now this is a gallium deposit, so I'm hovering over it. You can see it's gallium. We break it, we can pick up a couple gallium from that. Now you might also get lucky. You might run across one of these little salvage, the compacted salvage here. So if you don't have a bunch of that built up, you can break these and pick up some salvage too. All right, we're here with Krill. We want to wait for him to open up his back, so we're going to dodge him for a little bit. Wait for him to slam his hammer down. Watch out for the freeze attacks he's got, and it'll slow you down a little bit. Yeah, attack my kitty cat. He'll probably kill him, though. So actually, that time, I don't think he dropped any gallium, but he did drop some morphics, and we got some gallium from the beginning of the level. Now, while you're running through the map, you can also find morphics from these little sphere things right here. So morphic stabilizers, if you break those, you can actually pick up a morphic. Then as you're going through the level, make sure you're breaking all the loot crates, maybe open up a couple lockers here and there so you can actually pick up some extra resources that might spawn from those. All right, so we extracted. You can see that we got a couple gallium, a couple morphics, and a little bit of salvage. So that covers that. Now, the biggest pain in the butt resource to be able to find when you're first starting out is plastids, because you can't really get them until you advance farther in the game. Or, if you're really lucky, if you go back to Earth, let's go to Cetus. And if we were to come back up here to talk to Konzu and look at his bounties list, on the first bounty here, if you right-click on that, you can be able to see that you have a chance of getting 200 plastids from this. So, you might be able to get lucky and get some plastids from running these bounties. And it looks like not on the second mission. Let's check the third. Nothing. Let's check the fourth. Nothing. Well, we're looking for plastids at least. Yeah, so it looks like if you can get lucky with the first bounty, you can grab a couple hundred plastids from here. But there's two other places you could possibly go. Since you're already over here on Mars farming gallium and morphics, you could go up here to the Phobos junction, complete it so you have access to Phobos. And then you can run any mission here and have a chance to be able to get some plastids. Or while you're on Mars, instead of doing the junction, what you can do is come down here to Deimos. And you can work your way up here to the Necrolisc or the Cambion Drift. So if you can't click on the Cambion Drift yet or the Necrolisc, you'll probably have to do the Heart of Deimos quest if you haven't done that already. But once that's all said and done, the place you want to go to is the little open world section here, the Cambion Drift. Now once you land and you're out here in the Cambion Drift, I'll show you where I like to farm up and see if I can get a chance to get a big stack of plastids or not. So once you land, you want to come all the way over here to the right hand side of the map. There's a little orange canyon and there's a cave right here that I almost passed. What you're looking for are infested cysts that look like these. Now once you pop them, they have a chance to drop a lot of goodies, and one of those things being plastids. Now you can find these infested cysts out here in the open areas, but they're more concentrated over here in the caves. Now once you're done out there popping some of the zits over there on Deimos, you can extract and see what kind of goodies you got. So I got some Bapholite here too, which is useful later on. And a bunch of other stuff along with the plastids. Now that should help you out quite a bit on your quest to crafting Rhino, if that's what you're wanting to do. You should be able to find gallium, morphics, and plastids pretty easily now. Now I say easily, it's a chance that a bunch of this stuff will drop, so you'll have to run the missions probably a couple times to be able to get enough to be able to craft what you want, but now you know where to get them at least. Anyways guys, that's all I've got for you, and I'll see you next time.